Hello, dude and dudettes, and welcome to maybe a game review. I don't know why I even have my earphones on, but let's just stick it on just for the sake of it. So, I was like, trying to make a video, what to do. It's just not feasible right now, and I was like, yeah, let me, make a video about a game I decided to check out. So I was on the iTunes market. And then I was going to the free section. I found this game in the strategies section, listed as probably I think was the one of the top 10 or top 20 free-to-play games, and it was a Chinese game, Chinese translated to English game. So I'm like, I'm bored, might as well try it out. To my surprise, despite the translation, which I would give it, I say an 80 to 85%, pretty good. You can read it. Despite there's some broken, weird dialogue, whatever. The translation is not the point. The main point about this game is how incredibly intricately detailed this game is. It is almost perfect, maybe even I'll say even perfectly simulating how ancient China used to be. The amount of details in this game is absolutely ridiculous. So before I get into, I say the best part of the game, let's talk about the game itself. The game itself plays out as like a normal card game. You basically play the game, collect resources, and as you collect resources, you also unlock characters. And these characters you use to do battle, to progress through the story content, just overall progress. As far as progression goes, just the generic stuff. Upgrading your equipment, upgrading the characters, leveling the characters, etc, etc. Pretty much all bare basic. The battles as well, pretty bare bone. But for some reason, it's also somewhat quite detailed. The animations are really amazing for a free-to-play game for a game these days, and for some reason the battlefield is also a 3D. You can pan the camera around a little bit. Is that not ridiculous? Maybe it's because of these reasons that I find my battery dying on my phone very quickly, and it's somewhat annoying. Another thing is like this game, there's the ability to speed up and skip battles, and they're unlocked at the very beginning. Most of these free-to-play games, you had to pay money to unlock these goddamn features, or you had to finish the stage with a certain level of achievement in order to unlock it. But no, the speed up and skip is already unlocked at the beginning. Why can't the other games be like that? Aside from that, this game it's mostly, I'd say, a socializing game. That's what the main intention is. You can play dress up. You can buy costumes off a mall using in-game some premium currency. You can even marry other players to get some benefits as well. But I didn't bother going through this because I'm socially adept. So besides the socializing bit, there's also a dating aspect to the game. Dating, yes, but the dating part is with an NPC. So on my female character, you would be attempting to date the Emperor. Yes. You would be dating the Emperor, you'd be flirting with him. And going through this was somewhat horrible. You know those Japanese games where you can pat your characters and whatnot? Well, here I'm supposed to pat the Emperor. It was slightly disturbing for myself personally. I mean, I'm fine with gays and all, but personally I can't really do it myself. I only go through all this dating for the side benefits, which is getting resources and EXP and stuff. But of course, when I mentioned about the female side, you can choose between being a male or a female. And surprisingly, they both have different stories. yes, they actually go down two different routes. For the male side, I'm gonna start with the male side because I think it's probably the most weakest of it all. You're a secret agent, it's like a special forces, whatever. Your main task is to protect the emperor and whatnot. So as you go along, you're uncovering the plot as to who is conspiring behind the scenes trying to kill off the emperor, and you know, the basic very simple stuff. And maybe it's because I watched too many of those kind of movies, read too much of those books already, I didn't really feel like it could be as exciting as it could be. It's just basically you, secret guard, exploring, well, I wouldn't say exploring, just going out and looking out for the conspiracy, trying to uncover the truth. It's all basically very simple. Although I say the story is kind of dull, it is also very, I want to say, actually, it's equivalent to a movie. The quality is equivalent to, I'd say, an above average movie. It's intriguing enough for you to continue. It also have these little parts that show you information about the characters. It's all, for a free game, this is a very impressive thing. If we take a look at a lot of free games these days, how many of those free games I can count on one hand that goes into so much detail about their characters, their background. You can actually see a lot of stuff too, and they actually even do like expressions and so forth. Although on the male side, notice that there isn't a lot of expressions compared to the female side. But maybe that's also because of the short playtime I had for the male character. I stopped around like level 20 or so, but my female character went all pretty far. Played it for at least double the amount of time playing on my male character. The story is very generic overall for the male side. You will probably see it in most movies too. It's basically, so back to the dating aspect, of course. For the male side, naturally, you'll be given a female companion, and it is the emperor's half sister, the princess, and it's a dating. What else do you expect? Funny, but the dating aspect is pretty hilarious. For some reason, they have this option called Love Diary, which is having a love pigeon sending letters back and forth. Oh, I mean, I guess it would make sense in the palace. Like, some people don't know, but the royal palace in China, they are equivalent to a city in size. Is that not ridiculous? There's so many different households. Each of them is like a large plot of land. By a large road, it's a humongous place. You literally have to have carriages to bring you to different places in the royal palace. But aside from that, it's pretty hilarious in how translations go. Like, there's just a lot of funny typos, and it's just hilarious. But this part with the princess is that she wants me to reply 30 seconds after her message. This isn't mobile texting. The pigeon takes time to come here. It takes me time to read the goddamn thing. They even send like short skits. Like, what? Does the pigeon send a message every single bubble? That poor bird. So now after the male, naturally, I'll be talking about the female side of the story. The female side of the story, I find it a bit more intriguing, mainly because it's just in a nutshell, is a cat fight. You have this royal harem, all these concubines, all vying for the emperor's favor, his likeness, and as the protagonist yourself, that's also your job. But yours is somewhat more sincere because you want to help your family. Your family basically got fucked over, and you as the female protagonist wants to rise up, because when you're part of the royal concubine and at a high enough position, you gain benefits. So one of your main enemies in this game is this noble consort. her name is Nyan Su Yang. She's very well done. They really... She is a total bitch. She will make you want to slap the shit out of her. She's annoying, and she is a very, very cheeky woman. She even has a very cheeky expression that annoys the shit out of you, and because you're slowly gaining a lot of favor from the emperor, she specifically targets you a lot, and it's infuriates you. It makes you feel, it makes you just And aside from that, like I said, the game also puts a lot of emphasis in details. The characters, they actually do poses, they even bow like a proper... In China, they have a way of, how should I say, bowing for females. Aside from, kneeling down, there's also this very special exclusive bow that they do, and they actually emulate in this game. It's very interesting to know about. They actually simulate a lot of these things, all these nitty-gritty details that free games shouldn't have, because most companies are too lazy, but this game does. It's amazing. I don't know why I am so amazed by this game that's literally a freaking dating simulator between a socializing game, but the story is also intriguing. The characters are somewhat intriguing. They're annoying, especially the royal harem. They even have expressions. It's praiseworthy. I understand why this game is in the top 10, top 20. I forgot what it was, and it has a large number of reviews to back up the rating. It's not like, oh, only 50 or 100 reviews on it. I think the last I saw was like 1,000 something reviews. I was like, wow, so many people reviewed it. It's like 4.5 stars, I believe, or 4 stars. There has to be something to it, and I am very thoroughly surprised at the level of competency this game is showing. Sure, the translations are still somewhat off sometimes, but it's really great. At one point, it even says, "My homie." Is that not great? What kind of game, what kind of day and age of these people back then would say, "Yo, my homie"? Overall, though, I find this game worth playing on the off time, I guess. The story is bearable. That's not. The story is readable. The story is understandable. It's like actually watching a movie. You understand a lot of these things, especially coming from me I've watched a lot of Asian films in the past. Everything about this is pretty accurate. Like, looking at the behavior, I'm thinking to myself, can I actually live in the royal palace? The answer is no. With my attitude, my mannerisms, there is 0% for me to even rise anywhere in the royal palace. It is so goddamn sophisticated. Like, look at them. They're all imposters. They all do this. They're all in ridiculous... I mean, yes, this might take practice. It's a culture. But me, my personal self right now, if you tell me to try to adapt to this, no. I would imagine at least half the world's population, at least, especially, I mean, specifically the Asian population, wouldn't be able to emulate this. Anyways, like if you like this, subscribe for... Anyways, I think I'm going to end this video here. There really isn't much else to talk about. It's a dating social game. It's pretty interesting. The story is pretty good. Overall, it's worth your time to check out the game, I guess. The level of intrigue that this game has is enough to actually merit you to play for a while. I've been playing it for almost a week, and I'm still logging on every now and then, checking it out, playing through. waiting for my energy to refill to do some battles, because this game, the story is somewhat intriguing. I want to see where it goes, because I'm up to this point where shit's starting to get really real. There was this prince, right? Apparently he's very young. He usually comes over to the female protagonist's place to play quite a bit. And apparently he drowned. I smell a conspiracy, but the game for some reason doesn't seem to revisit that after talking about it. Maybe in the future it'll come back. I don't know. But the game even killed off a child. Overall, worth checking it out. I don't really got else to say. I kind of like the game for what it is. It's pretty interesting to see and play. Anyways, like if you like this, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all on the next video. Goodbye.